Got it.
Ah, coming at you live from the kitchen. Welcome to Forever Talking. Man, that's bright. Hold on.
It's fine.
Okay. Welcome to Forever Talking, where we talk nothing forever. My name is Ian Moore with my commentating partner and co-host Nicholas. And on today's episode, this fantastic July 4th episode of Forever Talking, the breaker popped in my room, so I'm in the kitchen and Nick is getting ready to head out. So we got to get this thing situated and knocked out of the way here. So we're filming midday on a Tuesday when we normally film on a Monday on actual July 4th. I was out of town over the weekend and yesterday, so we couldn't get this done, but we're here today. Nick, you got yourself an all white background. That looks pretty good.
I'm at home.
So why have you never sat in front of this white background before?
'Cause I'm not at home when I'm at the other place.
Okay. Okay. I'm following along. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about the Kingpyn semifinal predictions, and we're going to be going over all that. Even though the fight is coming not this weekend, but the next weekend. Next weekend, I got something else planned, so we can't make that happen. So we're actually going to be doing the predictions this weekend, and then we're going to be talking about some other crossover boxing stuff. I got a headache the size of my ass. I mean, it is unbelievable. As a matter of fact, give me one minute. Uno momento. I gotta grab me my soda pop. I'm not prepared to film this episode. I'm unprofessional as fuck. Hey, how you
And
doing?
he's back.
I'm back. Got myself my soda.
And I didn't talk shit on you like you talked shit on me.
I didn't touch it on you.
I saw the clip.
No, you didn't. That never happened.
I actually didn't know you were talking shit on me until I saw that clip.
I did no such thing. Did you see cocaine was found in the White House?
I'm not surprised.
Joe Biden likes to party it up.
Oh God.
What if Joe Biden's like
Cocaine addict.
he's very similar to like Jordan Belfort in The Wolf of Wall Street. He wakes up, he takes cocaine, he get the day started, Xanax, mellow
Wait,
him out.
is that the main character's name?
Jordan Belfort, yes.
Oh my, I've heard that in this. I did not know that.
I've been getting dirty money, Jordan Belfort.
I've heard that song forever. I just kind of never knew where that came from. Makes sense now.
You think he just came up with like a random guy and
I thought it was probably just some rich guy,
well, Leonardo DiCaprio plays Jordan Belfort.
and he's
Jordan
rich.
Jordan
So
Belfort is a real person. It's based off of a true story.
cool.
You're fucking killing me, buddy.
I'm learning stuff.
Oh my God. Um, I'm gonna get. What was I gonna look at? Kingpin. That's it. I need to find the card.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to. Do we get the women on here too?
We do. We do. Um. Oh, this is the losers bracket.
You don't care about no losers.
All right, I got it. I'm expecting this card to change. I'm expecting that they're gonna add some to this.
How many fights are there?
8 so far, so maybe they won't. Because I don't know. We'll talk about that in a second. We got some interesting developments from the KSI versus Tommy Fury fight this week. it seems like that this is going forward. When originally this was in massive jeopardy. We talked about KSI versus Tommy Fury a few weeks ago. Obviously, our predictions and breaking down that fight in detail will come at a later date. But with that being said, oh my noggin.
Hey, you just got to slam your head on the table. That'll get rid of it.
Think so?
Yeah.
Uh, why would that benefit me?
It works, man. Just slam your head on the table, and eventually it will go away. There he goes. Oh, well, it looks like I'm taking over, guys. I think he died.
Oh,
Oh, you still alive?
I didn't hit it that hard, but this is a wooden table.
Oh, so it's weaker.
Yeah, it was very weak. Wanna know why? Because I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm not hitting. Well, I did hit my head on the table, but I didn't hit it that hard.
Yeah, I was actually kidding. That does not help it.
Yeah, thanks. KSI posted a video the other day where he said that he doesn't think that the fight is going to happen. Because Tommy Fury wants to fight KSI at 185. KSI wants the fight to be at 180. KSI was frustrated because he said, listen, Tommy, you fucking wanker. We gave you the money that you wanted. We gave you the date that you wanted. We gave you the fight is going to be in Manchester, which is your hometown. And we agreed on 180. But after everything was settled and agreed, Tommy Fury changed it and he wants it to be 185. And he's not budging on that subject at all. Why he wants it at 185, I don't know. He used to fight at 175. JJ obviously weighs 175, and that's normally where he fights, but sometimes he'll fight in the 180 department. And Tommy now he fights in the higher 80s, and KSI fights in the higher 70s. So 180 just kind of makes sense. It's right in the center. But now Tommy wants JJ to come up even heavier out of nowhere. And listen, I don't know. So KSI said, Tommy, you have until this day and this time to sign the contract or come up with a weight disagreement or whatever, and we can get this fight rocking. That date has passed. And since then, we have had a development that a weight has been agreed on once again. This only comes after KSI tweeted after making his video, fuck it, I will fight you at 185 with some sort of hydration. I will actually read the tweet here.
We aren't surprised though. Remember how hard it was for Jake to get him to fight?
It's unbelievable. So he said, blink. Apparently, he didn't say anything. And if he did, the tweet is gone. Oh, Tommy, I want to KO your ass so badly that I'll come up and weight and do 185 pounds if you agree to weigh in the morning of the fight. Nice, fair fight. If not, you will forever be known as Tommy Ducky. So listen. Seems fair. Now, it also seems like a little bit of bullshit considering that Tommy Fury's been fighting his entire life and has been given everything. Whenever this fight will make him more money than any fight he's ever had ever.
He's not very bright. And he's
No,
lucky his last name is Fury, because if it wasn't, he'd be nowhere.
it's unbelievable. And listen, you got to show credit where where it's due to JJ. Uh, takes balls. To I mean, whether it's delusion or it's delusional optimism or insane confidence in his ability and his fighting style that will run through Tommy. Um, it's pretty. I mean, you know, I don't know how many rounds this is going to go, but you're going to fight him at a heavier weight than you're used to. Obviously, the last time JJ fought at a heavier weight was against Logan, where JJ weighed 191 or 190, and you could clearly tell that that was super heavy for him. 185 for him is not the biggest deal in the world. It's where Jake fights. And that was kind of the holdup of why. Well, I mean, I'm sure there was other issues on top of it, but
Yeah.
the Jake versus KSI fight fell through because Jake won at 185, KSI won at 175, but they decided. But JJ said, "Hey, let's just do 180. It's nice in the middle." And Jake said, "Fuck no, we're fighting at 185, whether you like it or not." And it seems to be the exact same thing with Tommy. And now, if the fight is agreed on at 185, it's going to be KSI versus Jake Paul at 185. It seems like that. But then again, I can't promise KSI versus Jake Paul is going to happen at all because that fight just isn't going to be happening this year, which is how this has turned out, which is ridiculous in its own right. So that's kind of the development. There's nothing really to comment on it any further, but that's just where we're at with it.
Yeah, fuck them both. Let's get on the Kingpyn.
Yeah, I mean, we can just move forward. Let's just get this wrapped up and signed, and hopefully we can have this fight going in September. But I don't know. I mean, I guess they could do late October, which is where they seem to be planning on heading this to, but who knows? Who knows? But Nikki, you got a fireworks stand to be at, so obviously we're gonna keep chugging this along.
I'm not that worried.
Good. Fuck that guy. By the way, I want to go see Indiana Jones this week, so we got to figure out a time to do that.
All right, I figured.
Yeah, that movie's making no money, by the way, which is extremely upsetting because
I'm kind of surprised. I thought like
I'm
pre-sale.
I'm shocked too, but they're also releasing it on a holiday weekend,
Yeah,
which is kind of crazy. And you have to also take into fact that the original Indiana Jones came out before even our time, and it's coming out, and the people who watched it back then are significantly older. So it's
yeah.
who's this movie for? Like, obviously, I'm gonna love it, but you won't love it as much as I love it.
That's
I
what a
heard,
lot of though.
yeah, and I heard it's a good movie. So it kind of and they spent $275 million on that movie, which is fucking unbelievable to begin with. Plus double that for marketing. So this movie is going to need to make about $800 million or about $750 million to try to break even or make a profit out of this thing. And their opening weekend they did 60 million. So yeah, they got a long way to go. So hopefully after the holiday weekend and while we get in later this week and this weekend, more people go see the movies. So, anyway, the Kingpyn boxing semifinals are happening next weekend. As you can see by the cover art of this photo, we're going to be cashing in on some of that green. Whindersson Nunes is the cover artist for this week's episode of Forever Talking, episode 33. And I believe we'll put King Kenny on there too, because I'm assuming this is going to be the main event. If they learned from their mistakes last time, it flat out has to be. Now they're probably hoping Whindersson Nunes wins again, so they can put him in the main event on the finals. Um, but we'll just kind of see what happens. By the way, before we get into Kingpyn, because it's we don't have a lot to talk about today. I wanted to comment on this too because this news came out today too. And I also want to say thank you for everybody who watched the last episode, Forever Talking. The clips did really, really well. One of our highest viewed clips we've ever released with 1.3 thousand views.
They like it when we kick toddlers. They
Where
like
we
it.
kicked toddlers, and that was just because I came up with the most outlandish title that I could think of.
We can do it too. Like, we can go record it.
Yeah, if you want me to find one, we can test that theory. And Mike sent me a text the other day. And he said, here's a good would you rather for the podcast tonight. You and your girlfriend switch bodies. The only way to reverse it is if you either suck your own dick or have sex. Which one are you choosing?
That's,
It's
neither one of those are like terrible.
Yeah, there's no way to win that one.
But I don't think it's terrible either. I mean, it's yourself. It's like still weird, but like there's not a lose-lose.
Not gonna lie. I'm not answering this one. No, I mean,
Well, we'll wait till he comes back on.
Yeah, we'll wait. We'll wait till he had. Yeah, that's complicated.
Magic Mike is what I'm gonna start calling him because our views are so high. So like your girlfriend comes to you though, right?
Yeah,
Well, like, does she have your voice or will she have her own voice?
I don't think that you have to worry about the voice as much, and
I do. I do.
I don't think you have to worry about who your girlfriend is really as much. I think you just have to. Do you want to?
Your way around that?
Do you want to suck your own penis, or do you want to have sex with yourself?
Well, we're not going to answer that now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and avoid this one. But what I was gonna say is that another YouTube boxing crossover card happened a few weeks ago, and it was Creator Clash 2. It was a pretty big card which featured iDubbbz versus Alex Wasabi. And we talked about it a little bit, but we didn't talk about it too much just because we weren't going to be able to watch it together. But I ended up watching it and it was super entertaining. The first Creator Clash was a massive success, and iDubbbz has this idea where Creator Clash and YouTube and crossover boxing and influencer boxing should mostly be done for charity. Obviously, you have to play the fighters a little bit, but the rest of the money would be going to charity.
I think that's a bad idea.
Yeah, we found out today that Creator Clash 2 only got 50,000 pay-per-view buys.
Well, I would say they barely have enough money to pay their fighters.
Yeah.
Like, any of these events.
So Creator Clash 2 only sold 50,000 pay-per-view buys, lost about $250 to $275,000, and no money was actually raised for charity or sent to charity at all.
We can't donate if you don't have it.
Yeah, so Creator Clash 3 is not going to be happening. So if you are curious as to why, I mean, I can't imagine that the first Kingpyn tournament made any money. Well, on ticket sales they did okay, but they definitely didn't break even. That's because is like cruel as people want to see the Misfits model, as they're not paying their fighters, hundreds of thousands of millions of fucking dollars. This is why.
You can't.
You'll
lose money.
You can't do it. And that is the same as why fighter pay in UFC is extremely low. With that being said, UFC can do a better job because they're a $1 billion corporation and they can give these fighters, ad revenue or the ability to, make money in other ways.
I would tell the fighters to get better. Because the top fighters, they don't seem to have a problem with the money.
No. So listen, I think as long as I don't know what Misfits is paying their fighters, it has to be like 50 grand, right? And 50 grand is good if you fight a couple times a year.
It's also not their main, like, aren't most of the people on there, that's not their main income, right?
Yeah.
YouTube is, or
If you make 200, if you fight 4 times, if you fight 3 times a year, which is incredibly doable, you can make 150 grand. I mean, that's a year's salary.
Yeah.
So,
Don't be dumb with the money.
I mean, that's a year's salary for a very fortunate person.
Yeah, 150. Pretty good.
That's pretty good. As top of, I don't know. I don't know what they're paying the fighters. I think it's very interesting, but I'd imagine that Creator Clash they had a lot of fights on their card, and I'm betting that they paid them each fighter pretty handsomely, and that just did not equate to. And they didn't do a good job at red flagging a lot of illegal streams, which is the exact same problem that Social Gloves had.
What a shame.
Yeah, what a shame. I wonder how I watched Creator Clash too. I wonder if I bought the pay-per-view or not. I guess we'll never know. So I don't know. I don't know. So as far I only mentioned the Creator Clash thing because it came out today and I wanted to talk about it a little bit. But it looks like the Kingpyn tournament could be facing that same kind of backlash. I'm guessing that they pushed this back maybe because of the pay issue, but I don't think it was as much as that. Lucky for them, they have mega stars on this card. Mega star, like King Kenny, or not King Kenny, like Winterson Nunez. And obviously King Kenny, Nissan Gibb, and Jarvis can hold their own, but Winterson Nunez is clearly the draw here.
He's from Brazil, right?
Yeah.
Brazil loves their fighters.
And Julie, I can't remember her name.
Come on, man.
Julie Polka. Yeah, Julie Polka, who fought. I can't remember who she fought last time, but she's also Brazilian, and the crowd was pretty full for her section as well. So the Brazilians come out for the crowd. Kingpyn 2 is going to be taking place in Dublin, Ireland. So that is the first crossover boxing event to ever take place in Dublin, Ireland, which is good. And I'm sure the Brazilian people and fan base will show out there as well. But I'm very excited for the Kingpyn event. And it's not like the Kingpyn event was bad.
I'm trying to remember. I remember it.
It happened a while ago.
Yes.
There were really good fights on there. Obviously, you had Gibb versus Austin that ended prematurely, which was unfortunate.
He broke his ankle, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's like the first time someone's broke their ankle in a boxing match.
Well, he says he broke his ankle.
That's just, I guess I could see it, but
I don't think he broke his ankle.
He was getting his ass kicked and needed to get out of the ring.
Yeah, that kind of seems like that's how that was going. Gibb versus Jarvis. Or that didn't happen in the last one. Tom Zanetti versus Jarvis. Blueface versus that guy.
Got to know Blueface won.
Yeah, Blueface won. Winderson versus Philip Beck. Julie Polka versus Whitney. I can't remember. I don't know. But it happened a while ago. So we're talking about the fights that happened this time around, and maybe I'll refresh my memory. You got the wild card fights on here, which is going to be Crosby versus Chalmers. Bare Knuckle FC fighter, I believe. And then Cowley versus Tierney. These are wild card fights. These seem to be professional fighters in the wild card fights. These are just fights to fill up the card. Because obviously the losers from the last boxing event that they had
Our big losers.
especially the men, don't seem to want to be fulfilling their contract and coming back
We knew that.
to
Who
the
would wanna
undercard. The women are doing it.
Well, I'm surprised on that.
They're coming back. Fucking Tom Zanetti's not coming back. Blueface
Well,
isn't coming back.
He's the guy who gassed out, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna gas out, don't go full hard.
Apparently he broke his orbital bone. Not his orbital bone. He broke I think he broke something in his nose, is what he said.
Oh, during the fight?
During training camp.
Before the fight? Okay, I'll give him a little slack.
That's what he said. I don't know. Austin's not coming back, apparently.
We knew that though.
But then again, they posted the picture of the full card, but they said the card so far. So maybe they're trying to see if they can get Austin to come back and trying to see if they can get Tom Zanetti back. Because it would have been Tom Zanetti versus Austin. And it would have been, who did Kenny beat?
I don't think we watched that fight.
He beat my mate Nate, which is surprising that he's not coming back versus Philip Beck. So we'll see. I don't see Tom Zanetti or Austin McBroom coming back to do this this undercard fight, which is what we talked about originally. But you know, I could see my mate Nate and Philip coming back to doing it.
We don't need them though. They lost.
No losers here.
Yeah, kick them out.
Yeah, it's done. I'm gonna plug my lappy tappy in. I need a nap, Nick. I did a lot of traveling today.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you woke up at like 3.
No, I came back home today, this morning. So I was driving and then I stopped and I got me a meatball sandwich from Subway.
Is that good? I haven't had theirs in a while.
No, it's fucking mid.
They're like mid, but they're also expensive.
Yeah. Subway, if you like, I don't know, if you get the sandwich right, then it's good. But like I was like feeling risky. So I got myself a meatball sub and it was garbage. Well, it wasn't garbage, it just wasn't like great.
You didn't like the balls?
They weren't firm enough in my mouth.
Oh. They were lopsided balls.
Yeah, but I put mozzarella cheese on them. So they were so they were gooey balls.
They were layered balls.
They were layered balls. And when I bit into it, all of the juices never mind. That's a clip waiting to happen. Anyway, getting into this, shut the fuck up. Getting into this undercard, which is only girls from the loser brackets because the men did not come back for the fucking losers bracket, so they're not fulfilling their contract. Whitney versus Amber and Daniela versus Miss Danielka.
I don't remember any of them.
I don't remember who fought who, but I remember the fighters.
I just remember Barbie.
Miss Danielka fought Elle Brooke.
Oh, okay.
That was the fight that I remember the most out of the women's side of the tournament. Because they beat the piss out of each other. I remember Barbie a lot. But we can't comment on this fight.
Keep going.
What's going on?
Nothing, just keep going.
What's going on, man?
There was a cat doing something they shouldn't have been, so they got a pillow kind of dumped on
him. Was that like that body pillow?
Yeah.
What was your cat doing then?
She was doing something. Well, let's get back to let's do our picks.
Oh, is that right? You would do the picks. So
Yeah.
okay. we gotta do this like I ran it back last time when I was in my apartment, which I no longer am. Oh, Whitney Johns versus fuck. Daniela Hemsley. Well, I'd like to show you a picture of her, but
That's a girl that looks weird, in my
huh.
opinion. That's my opinion.
Are you talking about Barbie?
Yeah, I want
She,
I want the two Brooks sisters to fight each other.
she's playing a character. Well, if they win their fights, they will.
Are you sure she's playing a character?
She's playing a character.
Do you know her personally?
Yeah, we're best friends.
Okay.
Um, we can't make a lot of predictions for this fight because so what I will say is that when it comes to Whitney versus Amber, I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember who
Why don't we
Whit
just talk about the winners?
but I could this girl's got hands though.
That's a clip.
Yeah. When was this fight? So this was a week ago. I should posted this. 3 weeks, Dublin, Ireland, my second Kingpyn boxing bout, and I couldn't be more excited about it.
Hmm.
I'm gonna pick her to win because I believe I picked her to win last time, but I can't remember.
Did she win or lose? Are we talking about the?
This is the losers.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna pick Whitney, and then I'm gonna pick Miss Danielka just because Danielka took Elle Brook to a fucking war, and I can't remember what Whitney did.
Oh, I
But
remember that. She's tall as fuck, but like she's terrible.
she's tall. She's super tall.
Well, to be fair, Al Brooks fought like 4 times, so that's a big difference.
Yeah, hard to fight. Julie versus Elle. Julie Polka versus Elle Brook.
Al
Is
Brooks, that's my pick.
Well, I want Elle Brook to win the whole thing, and I want both the Brook sisters to move on so they could fight each other. Um, but Julie Polka is also Brazilian, so she's gonna have that entire crowd on her side.
He's not gonna win. I don't remember this girl at all. I just know Al Brooks like the best.
Yeah, I think it's got to be Elle. I mean, if she cleans up her, they fight with such big gloves though, and like the weight is so fucked up amongst a lot of these fighters. Because
Also, there's not a lot of women fighting, so it's probably hard to get them within the same weight.
yeah, I bet choose Al just because we know her, and that's the same reason that we chose last time. Obviously, Julie's gonna have the big advantage of the Brazilian crowd on her side. Um, so I mean, there could be a massive upset here. Um, and it would suck because I do want to see, I really want to see Elle Brook versus Emily Brook. But moving on to Barbie versus Emily Brook, Barbie's got hands.
We didn't watch that fight.
I went back and did. She can fight. She's gonna win.
Yeah, I was picking Barbie too. That girl's I think she's big too, right?
She's
Or the girl she fought might have been tiny. I don't.
she's big. She's not fat.
No,
None of these girls, yeah, none of these girls are, but they're like naturally bigger, broader.
yeah, that's what I meant.
And I believe she's bigger than Emily is, but Elle is like she's short, but Elle is shorter, but she's built super strong and stocky.
She also knows the blocks better than any of them.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pick Barbie to win this one, and if Barbie versus Elle Brook is the finals of the women's side. That's a great finals. But Barbie can fight like a motherfucker. She's just super strong, and Elle could
And
be
she
a
has like
little. She could be beat up and tired by the time this comes around. So we'll see what happens. But getting into the main events of the night, which, huh?
these are the main event ones.
Well, the two girls are the main event one. Like So it's two girls, it's two girl fights and two boy fights, and that's like the main card.
Okay, okay.
But I'm assuming like whenever you think of Kenny versus Winderson's probably gonna go on.
Oh, that's easily the last fight.
That's probably going on last. And then Gibb versus Jarvis is a massive fight too. So I can't see that in the middle of the card. I
And
mean,
I've got
you could do it like I think
rotate.
they could alternate them. But
I don't
the
think.
way this picture is put, they're at like the top. So I think
Yeah,
they're gonna do the two wild card fights first, and then the
good.
loser bracket cards, and then they're gonna do Emily versus Barbie, then maybe Jarvis versus Gibb, and then Elle versus Julie, and then Kenny. That's how they're gonna do this. They're gonna save the two Brazilian fighters for last. I
Brazil's fucking insane.
Yeah, I'd imagine that's how this is gonna go down. Or they're gonna do the Brazilian fighter. They're gonna do the girl. They're gonna do Julie Polka. Um,
First,
they could do it, or they're gonna save the two boy fights for last, and have Gibb versus Jarvis go on second to last, because the Brazilian crowd will be there for Julie, and then they'll be waiting to see
that's
Winderson.
what I was. I would actually do her early. It's like the crowd's there the whole time.
You could do that. Yeah, but Winderson Nunes has to go on last.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, I mean, I like from a crossover boxing state of notoriety. Gibb versus Jarvis is probably the bigger fight here, just like how Gibb versus Austin was. And they've been building this card around Gibb versus Jarvis more than Winderson versus Kenny. But Winderson versus Kenny has to go on last because of that Brazilian factor. You can't have another disaster like it was where Gibb and Jarvis will be in a fight
Well,
in an empty arena.
well, it's kind of like the McGregor effect. He's just so popular.
Yeah, you cannot, you just can't. And just because he's not popular in like the crossover scene as much as like Gibb and Jarvis is,
Yeah,
there's no world where you can allow. I don't know what they did on pay-per-view sales, but they maybe have done pretty well. I don't know. I don't know. But like Nunes is a fucking superstar in a world that you and I can't even fathom and had never seen before. So it's complicated. But we'll just go in the way that we think that this is going to close out. Gibb versus Jarvis. Jarvis has got hands. Motherfucker can fight. Sparred Floyd Mayweather. Just got done training with Wade.
he's
And
sparred Floyd Mayweather. I've seen those clips.
he got cock whipped by Floyd Mayweather. But
Floyd Mayweather also talks. Why would you even train with Floyd? That's just stupid. You're not even getting better. You're just getting frustrated.
yeah, maybe he got some tips from him after the thing. Who knows? I don't know. They were in the Mayweather gym, I believe. So Jarvis beat the fuck out of Tom Zanetti. He knocked out Michael Lee. He is extremely technical in the way that he fights, but Gibb is confident. Gibb obviously coming off of fighting Austin McBroom, where you could assume that fight was probably going to go a very similar way it went last time. But Gibb is this thing's going to get more dangerous as this goes on type of fighter. Gibbs' chin has yet to be decided. Obviously, he got dropped by Jake a number of times. He got dropped by Austin. But with that being said, when he got dropped by Jake, he wasn't knocked clean out.
Well, Jake's a lot bigger.
And Jake is a lot bigger. And I believe Austin is naturally bigger than Gibb fights as well. But whenever he got hit by Austin, it wasn't as clean as people like to pretend it was. There's a lot of stumbling in that knockdown. So I don't know. Because neither of these guys are power punchers.
Yeah, they're more volume.
Yeah. So I expect this to be a dogfight. And I'm going a Nissan Gibb via knockout.
Yeah, if it's a dog fight, I'm going with Gibb. So
I'm going Gibb by TKO.
I haven't really seen Jarvis. I can't remember him that well, but if he's not a power puncher, then I'm going with Gibb.
He I could say that he's probably more technical than Gibb is. But he's
That goes
not.
away.
But then again, when he fought Townsend, he's fucking massive compared to Jarvis's.
I'm just netting
And
what 8 hit though.
yeah, and Jarvis is a younger kid, and his defense is technically sound. I don't know. I'm gonna take Gibb based on he's my guy and the pure confidence factor and no matter what. So like the worst main event that you could get out of this is Jarvis versus Kenny. That would suck.
King Kenny's still a big name though.
I love King Kenny, but it's like you want Winterson to go, and if, like even if Winterson doesn't go ahead, that would suck for the tournament.
He's not one.
You don't think he's beating Kenny?
No.
We'll move on with that in a second. I think that Gibb versus Winterson or Gibb versus King Kenny is the fight that I want to see. I think that would be sick. I think that'd be
Basically saying we need Jarvis to lose.
we need Jarvis to lose, and I'm rooting for Gibb either way because I love Gibb. So,
All right.
fuck it. So I'm gonna take Gibb by TKO, late round TKO or decision.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the main event, or should be the main event. Winterson Nunes versus King Kenny. King Kenny obviously beat my mate Nate in one of his most dominant performances where he fought more offensively. Kenny's used to fighting defensively, putting the jab out there because he's got super long arms. But he took the fight to my mate Nate and threw combinations and put him down. Winterson beat the fuck out of Philippek, who is I think an MMA fighter. I don't know. He's a guy that they threw in there.
What it looked like. Looks like they got him off the street.
But with that being said, Winterson also fought in his first fight like the Floyd Mayweather of Brazilian boxing for his first fight, and I believe it was a no contest because it was an exhibition. But Winterson can fight. It was very clear from his fight with Philippek that he can put together combinations. He's sound. He knows what he's doing. Kenny has the abilities to beat Winterson Nunes.
It's going to be a good fight. Well, actually, both fights are, but yeah.
But I've seen Kenny make too many mistakes in the past. And even when but man, it's hard because I've never seen Winterson be on the back foot either.
My pick's King Kenny. So
my pick is Winterson Nunes because Nicholas, because Winterson Nunes might be better than we think. And because King Kenny has made mistakes, numerous mistakes in the ring in the past. And I want to see what happens.
Are you doing that because of your headache?
I am. But really, I'm thinking about it. I'm rubbing my head to think about how this fight's gonna go down. And I'm thinking that Kenny's gonna go in there. And the game plan for Kenny is he's gonna try and he's gonna put Winterson on the back foot because forehead wrinkles. Because Winterson's never been put on the back foot before. And I think Winterson's going to try to put Kenny on the back foot because Kenny's never been put on the back foot before. But when Kenny, well, that's not true. Yes, and he lost. So when Kenny, and I don't think Kenny's ever been knocked out. But then again, Winterson's never been knocked out either.
By the way, I'm only picking King Kenny because I don't know Nunes that well.
I don't know. I could see this going to decision. I don't think anyone's. It depends how hard Winterson Nunes hits. Because I don't think Kenny's. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm gonna pick Whindersson Nunes just because it's the opposite of what you picked. But
Good.
Kenny absolutely can win this fight. Just kind of depends. We don't know enough about Whindersson Nunes, but we know he can fight. And we know that Kenny can fight too if he doesn't make mistakes that he's made in the past.
Let's just say this. Let's say Nunes goes and he just kills Kenny. Would there even be a reason to have him fight Kiev or whoever? Because he's obviously going to beat Dumb.
From a money standpoint, yes.
Like, we know who's going to win then if he could go right through Kenny.
I'm not confident in that either.
All right.
I don't know. Anybody can beat anybody.
Or like, you look at Salt Poppy. He looked super good, but then he faced like a real boxer almost.
But he wasn't like outclassed. Well, he wasn't like outclassed against Anthony Taylor.
He got his ass kicked.
He got his ass, but it was like a 3-round fight.
How many rounds are these fights? I forgot. Are they 3-2 or are they 4-6?
These are probably gonna be 4s, maybe 5s. Boys are probably gonna go 5, I think.
Good. They should go 6.
Actually, they probably will go 6. I
They
think Gibb versus Austin 2 was 6.
What was that?
So
Just that round?
I think
Or
I
was
think
all-
it depends what the commission decides. I think boys are gonna get 6 3s and girls are gonna get 5 2s.
Yeah, I remember the females had different. I remember that now.
I think they only had 2s, if I'm correct.
Yeah, they definitely only had 2-minute rounds.
Because you have to, account for no headgear. And so I think girls they either got 5 3s with heavier gloves, or they
No,
got
it
5.
wasn't.
I
It
think
was
they
2.
did have heavy. Was it 2s?
Yeah, I just remember theirs were they were like so quick.
So maybe it was 6 2s with heavy gloves. Maybe that's what it was. But I think girls are probably gonna get 5 2s and boys are gonna get 6 3s, which is
All right.
fine. I would love to see Kenny versus Gibb in the finals. I'm sure Kingpyn wants to see Kenny versus Whindersson. But I really want to see Gibb versus Whindersson.
Yeah.
They want Gibb in the finals no matter what. And they probably want Whindersson in the finals no matter what too, just because of his draw. But the question and if he loses, there's no guarantee he comes back. Interesting. Yeah. I think the best thing for this tournament is just to do Gibb versus Whindersson Nunes. But for the crossover boxing scene, Gibb versus Kenny is the fight that I want to see.
Yeah, same.
That'd be crazy because that transition, because the winner of this tournament gets a massive fight on Misfits. I'm sure that's how this is going to work out. Whatever that is. And if it's Gibb who wins the whole tournament, you can do so many things.
Has Gibb ever fought Deji?
No, but they won't do that. And I think
Why?
Deji wants to move down in a weight class.
Gibb's small.
Yeah, but he's not. I think he's bigger than Deji.
I guess he is a little thick.
Yeah, he's
Well,
broader.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like whoever wins this tournament gets well, I mean, it was gonna probably be like Saul Poppy for the title, for the vacant title, but that's probably not happening anymore.
Was Anthony Taylor fighting?
And he's fighting Paul Bamba and Misfits 8, whatever this
Okay.
next Misfits card is. I can't remember what it is. So I don't know. They have a vacant title that's left open by Slim because he vacated it to fight at a lower weight class. If Gibb wins this tournament, you do Gibb versus Slim. I think whoever wins this tournament fights Slim for the vacant title.
Yeah.
Or fights Salt Poppy in a main event card. But I think a lot of people have the idea that like whoever wins this tournament gets a KSI fight.
Nope.
No. Or a Deji
KSI,
fight.
he's too busy.
I could see a Logan fight.
Logan,
But Logan
like,
might be. I don't think Logan's fighting anytime soon. I've kind of given up on that horse,
yeah.
which sucks because he's fucking so good at WWE. I think he's just gonna keep doing that.
Well, he's not a great boxer either. He was just big.
But he has the potential to be a great boxer.
He does, but he's not.
Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. We just talked a lot about boxing today. In our next week's episode, we're having 2 guests from my imagination. But oh
Ooh.
man, just twist my fucking neck, huh? Well, I can guarantee you that we're gonna have Fergoza on, who's the opening act for my show.
I didn't say who. I said okay, yeah, you keep going.
And then we also may have Brett, but I can't promise that.
All right.
So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, Nick, pick a number between 1 and 10.
1.
Okay. So I'm gonna post that clip right now, and whoever
Okay. You didn't want me to say that out loud. All right,
you could say it out loud because this episode's not coming out till Wednesday.
I'll pick a different number.
One is good. One is good, baby.
It might be 10% chance.
It maybe.
Yeah.
The number is 1 from last week. I'm hoping somebody got it because we haven't been able to pay anybody in a while. So
yeah. So I was right.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, yeah, you keep going. Okay.
Are you like having your own little conversation here?
We were on different angles here. But we're on the same page now. We're on the same page now.
In order to win $5, the first person to guess the number between 1 and 10 in the comments below will win $5. You have to be following the page. You have to like this post. And you can't guess every number at once. The number is 1 from last week's episode. So hopefully someone got it. If they didn't, sucks to suck because we haven't been able to pay anybody for a while because nobody's getting the right fucking numbers. So in order to win $5, leave your best guess of a number between 1 and 10 in the comments below. Must be following and like this page or post in order to win. But yeah, Nick, are you ready to wrap this one up?
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to go see some fireworks, some pew fireworks.
I'm not that excited about it.
Oh, I mean, you seem so thrilled to go.
I haven't seen fireworks in like 3 years, so it should be interesting.
You're probably gonna have a bit of a headache, buddy.
I'm gonna see like the first one and just like, oh fuck no.
Start stroking out.
I'll do the 2 up.
Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake. That's gonna be Nick.
We can make fun of him because he's healthy now.
Yeah, he's okay now. Well, he's healthy now.
Probably not next season though.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Hey, he's taking jujitsu, so he knows how to fall.
Is he really?
That's what I heard. He's taking jujitsu, so he knows how to fall right.
Is he taking jujitsu to learn how to not get fucking sacked?
That's what I was gonna say. When you have like a big ass man pulling you to the ground, you don't get to pick how you fall.
Yeah. Oh no.
I heard that today.
I haven't heard that yet. I gotta look that up in the sentence. That's crazy.
Stupid, but
I mean, hey, he's trying. Whatever, dude.
They convinced him.
Yeah, fuck me, dude.
Hey, you do this.
Hey, what if you did some jujitsu so you could fall? And he's like, that's a great idea. Second game of the next season, he gets absolutely blasted.
Von Miller just fucks him up.
Yeah, he gets fucking ran over. Oh no, dude. I mean, it could end so poorly. Fuck. Anyway, we're gonna go and wrap this one up. Thank you all for the love of last week's episode of Forever Talking, and hopefully you enjoyed this one when we're just talking about our predictions and fights and whatnot. Next week, we're gonna be playing some games. We're gonna have some guests on. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. Hopefully you enjoyed last week's episode. Hopefully you enjoy the next episode as well. Nick's waiting for me to do the fist pump, but I'm just gonna let him sit there like a big dummy. Never mind. All right, gang. Hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Peace, love, bye. Oh my god, he just punched the shit. Get your thing. Come on, get it up.
Cause you're like a bonfire, you're warm like the sun. You kiss like the ocean, I think you're the one. See you in my horizon, a stream I feel riding. Cause you're like an island